Good evening and thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Sarah Horbacewicz and Tyler Cass joins me at the desk. Whenever you're here, there's big Razorback news.
Right, and I wouldn't say good Razorback news though. The best thing you can say about Arkansas and TCU in Game 2 of the regional, they're in lightning delay, which delayed a beatdown of epic proportions that's been going on. It's 17-5 TCU. This game was all but over in the second inning. Trey Richardson, a man who hit just 2 home runs all year for TCU, hit 2 grand slams in the first 2 innings. Hagen Smith didn't make it out of the second. Arkansas's hit 4 home runs in this one, but it's looking like a comeback is doubtful if they get back on the field tonight to finish this one.
Right, and I know that weather delay will be a little while longer, right?
30 minutes from the last lightning strike, and here's the issue. If Arkansas loses, they have to play again tonight, supposedly at 8 p.m., so hopefully things get moving fast.
Until they have to just play straight through. So you'll have the latest in sports coming up. Thanks so
true.
much for joining us. But for now, I'm going to send it over to Corrales with the latest weather update for here and Fayetteville. Corrales?
Yeah, good evening, you guys. You're probably wondering about that lightning delay that he was mentioning. And yes, it's true, but this is what we're tracking right now on that radar. Not a lot of activity going on, and you're probably trying to squint your eyes, try to see, hey, where is that? The storms that they were talking about over in northwest Arkansas, here it is. I'm doing a little bit of a zoom in there. It's right over the city of Johnson. There's that little tiny pop-up cell, which is roughly about 6 miles outside of Fayetteville. That's why we're seeing delays for the regionals. So unfortunately, it has to be at least within 30 miles or so. So it's going to take probably a while before that storm fizzles out for the rest of the night before they can get things going once again. So I know that tiny little storm causing all those delays. Right now we're quiet here in the metro, 90 degrees under fairly cloudy skies. Tonight we'll stay mostly cloudy and mild with those temperatures kind of hovering around that 70-degree mark. This is what we're tracking in the forecast, talking more about the less humid air in place, how we're going to stay in the 90s, and whether or not we'll be seeing substantial rain anytime soon.
All right, thanks, Corrales. Now that you got your forecast, here's what the roads will be looking like this week with some closures in Little Rock and North Little Rock. During the day, you'll see closures on Riverfront Drive, Cypress Street, and Broadway. There will also be single and double lane closures on I-30 between Roosevelt and I-40. Multiple other ramps and frontage roads will also be closed, so you're going to want to drive carefully when traveling through work zones and keep an eye out for any detour signs. And starting on Wednesday, there will be overnight closures on I-30 near the border of Saline and Pulaski counties. Crews are overlaying 16 miles of I-30 from mile markers 126 to 133. The road will be closed from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m. every night from Wednesday until Friday, June 16th. Lunch at the library returns tomorrow, providing free meals to people under 18. The program, put on by Be Mighty Little Rock and the Central Arkansas Library System, helps students who rely on school meals. Alongside nutritious food, they also offer activities like reading and cooking classes. It'll be available at multiple Central Arkansas Library branches, and meals must be eaten on site. Any kids under 11 have to be supervised by an adult, and the program will run from June 5th through August 12th. And as summer vacation begins for many Arkansas students, brain drain is something that educators worry about and want to get ahead of. THV11's Michaela Johnson shows us how to prevent a summer slip.
Summer vacation is on the horizon and a long school year is in the rear view, but leaving everyday learning behind can lead to that summer brain drain.
Learning loss during the summer, we're on break. So as a result of that, we kind of take a break.
Yolanda Thomas, principal at Pine Forest Elementary, likes to call it the summer slip. According to the Public School Review, over the course of summer break, students lose between 2 to 2.5 months of math skills and see significant setbacks in their reading ability from the previous year.
Yes, we are on break, but still the brain needs to be active.
At 10 to 12 weeks off from school, it's important to keep students' brains engaged, and it doesn't need to be hard.
The museums and maybe going on some little family field trips, although they're fun, they still can be learning activities as well.
That's what the Public School Review calls taking advantage of teachable moments. Learning doesn't have to be forced, it can be fun. Other ways that can prevent brain drain: using technology to facilitate learning, like apps or digital learning programs, or simply doing things old school.
Flashcards, they can either be homemade flashcards. I would also encourage workbooks.
Vacations are built into students' and teachers' schedules to allow time to recharge. That's why Principal Thomas says finding a balance between taking a break and preventing brain drain is the goal.
Again, we're on break.
If children take part in meaningful learning over their summer break, brain drain or the summer slip can be eliminated. And Thomas reassures when the students come back, the teachers have got them covered.
Right out the gate to make sure that the learning is still fun and engaging, and that way we still have their captive attention as far as the students are concerned.
That was McKaylin Johnson reporting for us, and Principal Thomas says not to forget students are on a break, so find that happy medium between engagement and relaxation. Now, those summer temperatures could also impact your medications. We want to warn you about certain prescription meds that could make you or your child more sensitive to heat. According to an article from Yale University, common ADHD drugs have a side effect of increased risk of dehydration. The specific drug mentioned is SSRIs. According to a pharmacist we spoke with, the drugs delay your body from naturally cooling itself.
It's like your body will just say, hey, it has a certain higher threshold that it will wait to before it starts initiating a response, and that response being sweating. The issue is a lot of people try to work through that, and especially not taking breaks, which can cause even worse heat exhaustion.
Horbacewicz says some antibiotics could even increase your risk of getting sunburned. That's why she recommends asking your doctor or pharmacist questions anytime you get a new medication. Today is Gun Violence Awareness Day, and groups in Central Arkansas recognize the day by coming together in hopes of ending gun violence in our community. Tonight, THV11's Jalissa Garza introduces us to those leading that effort.
Moms Demand Action is a national grassroots organization.
An organization whose goal is to end gun violence across the country, and they have a chapter right here in Little Rock.
We know in Central Arkansas that there's a great need to really face this head on.
Anna Morschetti leads the local chapter. She says being a mom of two is what led to her joining.
I have an 8- and 10-year-old, so doing this work is very personal because it's about not only protecting my children, but all of the children that live here in Central Arkansas.
Sunday, the organization held their Wear Orange event.
We wear orange because it is the color that hunters wear to say, "Don't shoot me." And we are coming together to unify our voices,
hoping to spread awareness and education to everyone in attendance and remember those who have lost their lives.
Taking a pause to realize how many of our community members are suffering from gun violence, both the family and friends that they've lost and the trauma that we have all experienced.
Morschetti says the key to continue their effort is working with other organizations like The Cure.
Just want to do as much as possible to curb the little problem we have here in Little Rock.
Founder Keon Neely says as someone who was once connected to gun violence, he wants to help steer young people away from that path.
We're trying to give them an opportunity and something else to do besides, falling into their gang life. I'm just trying to be that person that I needed when I was coming up.
Both organizations plan to continue working together in hopes of making a difference. In Little Rock, Jalissa Garza, THV 11 News.
Over to our east, the city of Winn is continuing to clean up after the tornado in late March. The high school has been torn down and a new one is planned to stand in its place. It's a tough moment for alumni like Hannah Settles, who you might remember from right here at THV 11. She graduated from Winn in 2013 and was filming video for their 10-year reunion just a week before the storm hit. It's now one of the last remaining memories of that building. But she says once that new space is built, it'll be a chance for new memories to be made.
To know of all the hope and what this future is going to bring to Winn once this school gets rebuilt. I mean, Winn's going to be on top once all of that's finished and they have that ribbon cutting and it's like, look at this brand new school we've gotten, you know.
The superintendent of the district says they should have the football field ready for this fall. The new school, however, will likely take a little longer. And the Pulaski County Humane Society has been packed for months. The new struggles they're facing and how you can help after the break. Corrales?
Well, we are entering a new week into the month of June, and it's been already a summer-like pattern for us here, and that includes not seeing a whole lot of that substantial rain. I'll talk about those rain chances in the new week and what else is in store for us in the forecast just ahead.